these 3 minutes audio messages on WhatsApp. Which
8.
You're like, oh,
8.
8. Your record is 8. Your record is 8. So whenever you need some solace or somebody to call to, Jan, do you need introduction? Hi, Jan. Say who you are. Introduce yourself.
So thanks a lot, Javi, for that super nice introduction. I have a good lighting here, so nobody sees how red I'm getting here. But yeah, so this is fantastic, and thanks a lot for having me. Yeah, that's it. Founder of Beluga, translation company based in Madrid. We're based in Madrid. I'm from Germany, Hamburg, but I decided to go southwards, and I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I also founded Log Lunch 2 years ago, and spearhead like community efforts to get us to the next level.
Yes, that's my man. I think I'm going to ask you about communities at the end. Maybe, who knows, because you're a community builder, and we'll see, right? But the talk of today, as I promised, is going to be competition, right? In the localization industry. Well, as I said before, there's a lot of competitors. There's a lot of vendors out there, right? But I am a dreamer, you know that, Jan. You know that I like this rock and roll music. I am an old-fashioned person, living, like my friend used to say, like an analog boy living in a digital world, right? So I'm a dreamer. And I dreamed the other day, why don't we talk about competition in a constructive way, right? So I'd like to kick off this conversation with you. You know, I mean, just for the friends to refresh them a little bit, I will ask you a few questions, and then after like 4 or 5 questions, we're going to select the friends that are connected here to turn their cameras on, their microphones on, and join us, okay? So let me kick this nice talk about a constructive way of talking about competition, asking you a question, right? Jan, amigo mío, in an industry in which we all have similar objectives, why should we hardly compete against each other so aggressively if we have those similar objectives? Why can't we be friends?
I would hope that most of us are friends or can become friends, because I think competition is a very, very old-fashioned word to discredit your own ability to look for your own way. So basically, you know, my thinking is competitors mean only people in the same space. But if you look in the detail, you will see companies which have a very unique identity, a unique approach to things, a different stage, and. So are we really competitors? Are we comparables? Comparable? So, and I think, you know, when we overcome like this black and white thinking and go into details, then we suddenly see we can get along. We're meeting each other all time long, and so better become friends than competitors.
Do you think it's stigmatized in our industry? Like, because you think of competitors, if John wins my deal, I won't win that deal. Do you think it's stigmatized? Do you think that we, you know, could harvest some bad energy instead of positivity?
I am a firm believer that competition is good, and it helps us to understand what we are missing out. So
okay, that's good.
You and I are pitching for a certain project, you know, and you get the project, then there's a reason for that. And if I'm good enough, I will understand why the client has chosen you and what might be missing on my side. It can be price, it can be, you know, the structure, the experience, the setup. You know, when a buyer selects a vendor, there are thousands of items in the room which make which create the decision at the end. And I think, you know, the best case what we can do from a joint pitch, a new a joint buyer is to learn to get better.
Okay, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Exactly, you left it there, and I want to continue with a question to you that is, because we're working in a sector which we call localization, but I personally call it technology because we provide technology solutions most of the times to our clients, right? A technological solution which allows them to move content from one side to the other, have it translated, etc. Right? And we when most of the times we both, or you and I at least, we work for amazing companies which have sometimes similar strengths, right? Like we have great teams. Claro, on my side, is a well-known industry player with super good teams. Your company, you have founded a company which also has amazing team, created technology, know technology, and basically we can't say that we know our way, right? Both companies, right? Do you think that it would be crazy to think one day in the future we could win together an RFP from a client? Is that a very crazy thing to think of?
I think we should aim for specialization, our niche, and to be flexible to solve problems. Now, solving a problem, a client problem at our stage, at our size of company, you need to have a very solid approach. Now, you can't offer everything. So at Beluga, we are very much focused on continuous translation workflows, multi-language, high volume. And this is something, we're not the only people in the room who are offering this. But to have the solid structure to run the projects, to integrate, and eventually to offer services like quality assurance towards a joint pitch when one of the vendors takes care of translation and the TAP process, and the other is for quality assurance. We are solving a problem for the client together.
Now, so it should be doable, right? You think in an imaginary world we could one day together win a client, right?
I would actually, I think it's a very positive idea for a client to see that two vendors get along, because you and I, we have been working on these joint projects where we have like a QA party afterwards who are criticizing or controlling the quality of output. Now, here again, we go into the details. If you have two teams, two vendors who are in fierce competition, who just want to take over the other part, then the output for the buyer will be worse, because if I'm on the quality side, my only aim will be to find as many obstacles in your translation as possible. So, and you will go back, no, that's not true, and so on. So everything will be way longer. It will take longer. There's bad vibes between translators. So, and this is not the aim of the project, of the collaboration, because the buyer wants just a control of the quality. And they want to improve over time. So, and I think when two vendors have understand and can collaborate on a client, the end result will be more efficient, higher quality, and more fun. I think more fun to work. For everybody.
I love it because you have a very unique integrative spirit, Jan, that I love. That's why you're being so successful building this community of stuff. I believe it's possible, and I would love to work on one of these things one day in the future with somebody like you, right? Different companies, different, similar objectives, different ways of doing things, right? But to me, you know what, my brother? I still think that we're thinking about of a world with Lucy in the sky with diamonds, with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. But I don't know, has it ever happened to you where some of the best ideas, advice, sales approach, etc., that don't come from you, but come from a conversation that you had with a friend that was from a competitor? Like, have you ever gotten inspired by a competitor and that was fruitful and turned into a business from you?
You know, the other day we talked at a log lunch about mentorship, you know, and how important, what is mentorship and how to find somebody and so on. So I have never had a specific mentor. I'm learning in conversations. So I created Log Lunch because I can learn from my peers in Log Lunch what I might be missing. I can push ideas out to the market, get instant feedback, and eventually build collaborations on that. So, you know, from this point of view, I think it is a constant. And you and I, we have a WhatsApp group, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, we started to WhatsApp, and we have two big buyers on that side.
Yeah.
Now, you know, and we had discussions about strategy, about, you know, how we perceive the market in general. And these kind of discussions from a peer view is super important. And then this is not a competition secrets, not talking about, yeah, I'm doing this or that or exactly. No, but it gives you the vision of somebody who's in the same field and you can contrast. Then at the end, Javi, no strategy is invented or put into place tomorrow in 24 hours. It takes so long. You need your identity. Again, what we talked about before, Claro needs to find their way for themselves. There are 100 people. And you can't do, hey, Jan told me that. No, no way. You know,
but on the other side, you have the you know, the seed of the idea, right? Which at the end comes from talking to a competitor, right? That's the thing, right? That's the thing. That's the beauty.
But eventually, this can become a joint venture.
Yeah.
So again, we have Phil here in the audience as well from TransPerfect. You know, today, and this is maybe the what I've seen in the translation industry in the last few years. We have come from single vendor fits all solutions towards a way more atomic approach, so that the buyer side gets more involved in the whole discussion, more educated, is more educated, tries to get more control over, you know, assets like TMS, for example, workflows. There has been so much growth in the last few years that these kind of conversations and fitting in and be flexible, their approach, and now getting on Clubhouse together, having these discussions together. What is this? This is collaboration. This is friendship. And you still need to be authentic. So I think that's
it's evolving. I think it's evolving. I think you're right. It's evolving, and mentorship. And we were talking to this. I mean, the other day when we prepared for the last Log Life session that we did, we were talking to these influential leaders, right? And our CEO who was invited, he said that that he gets a lot of inspiration talking to CEO peers, right? Yeah. He gets to talk to a lot of, I don't know, he didn't name which ones, but he talks to them. He talks to strategy. So I personally believe that it's very stigmatized in our industry. And at the end, we don't really think that, look, on this short conversation that you and I have, that you can give another an idea, we're influencing each other. And then at the end, that makes us evolve and that makes us collaborate more at the end, right? So
absolutely. There's one point. I mean, now people in the audience might think, you know, they're talking blah blah. You know, that's friendship, and then comes the pitch. You know, you win or I lose.
No. But listen, but in order for them to think that we're talking bullshit, we might come to another. No, it's Hablados. Badly spoken. This is not the BBC, guys. Don't forget. Don't forget that the other day during Log Life, Anna Schlegel mentioned how important it is to build strong relationship with your mentors. And this is what we do, mentoring each other, right? So I guess it's the same, right? So if anybody thinks that this is bullshit, maybe they should think, oh, which kind of relationship do these two competitors have, right? That they talk constructively instead of thinking that. That's my little take, right? I don't know what. As always, they say always, brother, what I say doesn't matter. It's what the guys, is what people think what matters, right? What you think, what each and every one of you thinks.
You know, Javi, what has changed with COVID is we were all in offices before. And, you know, being in the office was very important. You know, 90% of all work in Spain was at office.
At the office. Yeah, yeah.
Today, nobody wants to go back to the stuck office, you know? So just before we were talking about this hybrid model, which might evolve afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, with our industry, I see it pretty much the same. We come from monolithic big companies towards leaner companies, smaller teams, more agile companies, and they need collaboration to have the same impact.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
They are easier to navigate than a very big monolithic company.
Maybe we should ask that to Phil. Let's see what he says, because he works for the big Inspire, right? But you know, we have 20 minutes, and we want to make the other half of the show as interactive as possible. So why don't we start calling out our friends, giving them the microphone, the camera, and they can start collaborating to the conversation today about competition in a constructive way, right? I know we definitely want first Guy. We arranged with him on LinkedIn that he was going to participate today. So, hi team, can you please can you give the microphone and the camera to Guy? Because I love this guy. He leads the sales team in 1 hour translations, and he's a very interesting, intelligent guy. And I want him to give his opinion on competition. I want him to join the conversation. Guy.
There we go.
Hello,
Señor.
Thank you very much for having me. I actually wasn't expecting this session at all. I went to get vaccinated about an hour and a half ago, the Pfizer, and my mom's in the same town where we have it done. So I popped in over here. So I'm with my phone. I don't have my laptop or my headphones, but I'm super happy to have my input on this subject. And you're 100% correct about building tight, agile teams, and specifically with regards to the competition, because when I was in South Africa, I was in the branding and promotional gifting industry, and that was a super competitive industry, much more than the localization. And at the end of the day, the more you actually improve your service and you're not insecure about the competitors, no matter how big or small, you're actually doing a service for the industry. And the more you do a service for the industry and the industry grows, there'll be more sort of business for everyone. And at the end of the day, it depends on what type of a mindset you have. Do you have an abundant mindset or consciousness, or do you have a prosperity? What's it called? The reverse.
Infinite. I know the infinite and the finite mindset. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Where you see the glass is half empty, and the reality is that the more you sort of collaborate and do sort of maybe ventures with potentially your competitors or friends, you mustn't look at it as someone's going to win this project and you're going to lose. The more you educate your customers and the more your customers decide to take more chances in growing into more multiple markets and trying different products, how are they going to find out about that information if not through our hard work, our marketing, our webinars, our LinkedIn ads, So you can be sort of like greedy and go, I'm not going to talk to him and her. I'm going to be very nervous about who I'm going to share my content with or information of my website. And you know what? Customers can do that. And then if you are successful, you've got nothing to hide. There's enough business out there. I'm all for collaborations and talking and learning and helping each other out. We need to foster and grow this industry as much as we can.
Yeah. I love it. I really love it.
Abundance mind chip. Very important one.
Yeah, correct.
And Jan, I know you like this thing. Isn't this a sign of good leadership as well? Because I know you guys are both good leaders. And Jan, what do you think about this? What Guy has said, and how does it relate to good leadership? What's your opinion on this?
So the abundance mindship is super important. So if you think there's a finite number of target clients, right? We can approach. Then you're stuck in a. If I don't take it, somebody else will take it. Mindship. So and you will be constrained. I don't believe in that at all. I think, at this point of time, we're seeing technology, especially, AI moving on. We have technologies, digitalization going on everywhere. And we have, how many professionals do we have in our industry? 600,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the content that is produced in the next 10 years will be so much more than we can handle altogether. So technology will be very important. Now, understanding technology, and we have this discussion with Sultan from XYZ Translations. You can try and error on your own, or you can try to go together, learn together, benchmark together, and then the product will be better at the end. And I think this is what I've always tried to make a reality with Lock Lunch as well. Our first talk, my first Lock Lunch, was with a competitor from Hamburg, and we had a lovely discussion, and it was so great because we have the same problems. We're facing the same type of things. The content management systems we're using, the project management tools. What's going wrong? What's going right? What is hiring? Hiring is another topic, Javi. I would, and Guy, I would definitely say, if you see the world as a competitor, from a competitor angle, we will have like stressful situation, relation. Now tomorrow, when things are changing, maybe we are growing as hell, or you are growing as hell, and there's a new opportunity. What happens? Can we work together suddenly? You don't want to work with somebody who has done this one during the last 5 years. So
I love it, Jan. I'm loving this. I'm loving this because Mario pinged me before. Mario Plusny, our beloved Mario, and he called me. He's like, oh my God, why is it all on the buyer side? It's all like helping each other, and it's like a fierce competition between LSPs. And I'm like, bro, no. That's not true. I mean, and I'm understanding what you guys are saying because it's a lot. Compete to grow, compete to get better as a personal, as a professional, as a business, as everything, man. So I am understanding now, and so that's why we need to fight this idea, right? As well, they're so stigmatized, right? That's why we're doing this together. Guys,
that if there's a big project and potentially, it's between you and maybe another company that you don't have a relationship with, but now one of your competitors who you collaborate with, who you're transparent with, if you now get together with them and you build a superpower, and now you go back to your customer and you're transparent and you say, we're putting together two very strong teams, that we're putting the best of our two teams. Maybe there was a certain language pair we couldn't cover. Maybe these guys are more proficient on voiceover services. Maybe these guys offer a better machine translation, post-editing, but we're coming together as one. We can sign a contract with you. The customer now has confidence, but if you now will maybe then turn it away, or you go back to the customer and you know that, hold on, I'm going to have to now find a translator here, or maybe you're not honest and you overpromise and you underdeliver. I think you can come together in strength if you're completely transparent and you say, look, I'm bringing a competitor, a friend who's in the market. We can do this together. We can build it better. There's more strength in that than trying to rediscover the wheel yourself. I'd like to put on that.
All right. Well, thank
What
you.
do you get?
That makes a lot of sense. Like, but I'm gonna pass to the next one, to the next guest, because we have 15 more minutes and I want to have more. Guy, you're a legend, brother. Thank you very much. Thanks for your collaboration, man. We all want to listen now to Mr. Phil Weisberg, which comes from the biggest company, and he's one of the sales managers at TransferTech. So we want to hear Phil's opinion on competition, etc., right? Because at the end, we all compete against TransferTech, not true?
At the end, there's only one competitor. No,
Only one competitor.
a friend.
Phil, brother, from San Diego, California.
Hopefully he's in the room. He is.
He was. I am never going to use this headset again.
Let me unmute myself and start my video. Hey, guys. I wanted to show you some San Diego spirit with our San Diego style shirts.
Lovely. Lovely. We can't compete. I should have put my Lock Lunch t-shirt.
Hey, go Padres. That's amazing. I love it.
It's the only baseball game I've ever been in my life.
That is amazing. Wow. They're going to win World Series this year. Just watch. We have a really good team.
Brother, what is your take on competition? What are your thoughts on this topic? Because do you think we can collaborate at some point? You work for the biggest language service provider in the industry. What do you think? What is your take?
Collaboration. Collaboration for me might be a little bit different because, like you said, I work for TransPerfect, and we've kind of positioned ourselves as the company that can help with everything. All right. So I'm going to go to a different topic that both you touched on, which I think is more important than even collaborating. Javi, you use the word sometimes like win a deal or win an RFP. I even personally try and stay away from the word win, right? Because at the end of the day, all three of us, regardless of who we're selling to, we're trying to help the client, right? Okay. So if I was in a deal against all or both of you and Guy, so let's go all three of you, right? What we should really be hoping to do deep down is help the client to the best of our ability. And if Jan can help better than TransPerfect can, then boom, that's a win for all of us because that client is doing what they want to do. All right. Then it would be my duty to learn where was my company deficient and, how come we didn't win, learn from Jan, hopefully, because we're friends now, and how he won the deal so that on my next deal, right, I could provide the type of service that client was looking for. So in being friends, we learn from each other and how to get better. You touched on that before, but also we're not winning deals. We are helping clients, or we're helping companies achieve what they want to achieve. So all of us can come together, help them, have a discussion. And if one of us has the service exactly what they need and what they're looking for, then boom, we all win because we help that client. That's the way I see it. And where that comes from is early in my sales career. And all of us have it sometimes. You get butterflies before a call. You get nervous before a demo. You get nervous before an RFP presentation or something like that, right? Do you know where that comes from? That comes from you think. No, go ahead. Do you have an answer?
No. Where does it come from? Where does it come from?
It comes from you thinking about yourself, right? You're thinking, how am I going to perform? How am I going to sound smart? Are they going to like me? Right? Because it's all me. But then my sales manager back in the day, he said, listen, you're thinking about this all wrong, right? You should be thinking about them. They have a problem and you are trying to fix it. So when you go into a call, whether it's a competitive situation or not, all of our jobs should only be to fix their problem. So when you start thinking about them, it becomes so much easier. So this is no longer competition. We are all consultants coming from the same world. Hopefully we've shared enough information to be smart enough to help them. And if we collaborate like that, then everybody wins.
Bro, that's the mindset. For fuck's sake, that's the mindset. That's the mindset. I love that stuff. Yeah. I think,
Javi, this is what we tried to explain at the beginning. It's benchmarking. We help each other to grow. Now it's way better because we have this open communication right now to to improve on a daily basis. And here, guys, here's a big game changer: social media.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Because now we're connected, and this didn't happen like, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years ago, or maybe like 2 years ago. on a very small size. I created Lock Lunch, and I saw the power in Lock Lunch because suddenly we enable a much broader discussion.
Democratization of gatherings. That's what I like as well.
But now we're floating in the same boat, and we suddenly see and Phil and Javi, the last 1.5 weeks, there was this sudden like, boom, gosh, how unimportant is our industry? Because suddenly Clubhouse opens up and there are rooms, like hundreds of thousands of rooms, and we have 3 about localization, and suddenly, we get in touch with people who are on a very, very, very low understanding level of localization. We are there, but we have never been in touch. Now, social media, first of all, brings us together, and it makes us compatible. So people watch us as well. And I think this is something, and you, Javi, your millennial approach, we're on observation, constant observation by other people who might think, do I want to work with Phil? Do I want to work with Jan? Do I want to work with Javi? How do they interact? Do they have integrity?
Yeah, that's a key point. That's a key word.
And there it is, and so benchmark, Phil, I'm totally with you.
Phil, thank you very much, man. Sorry, I want to just.
One last thing, and I want to prop up Local Lunch and what you both are doing. Right, I think it's only been very recently, Jan, you mentioned it, that we started promoting the industry on social media. I think it started with Local Lunch maybe a little bit, and then a bunch of us made a push for Clubhouse and Zoom meetings and whatever we're doing. But us working together like this is allowing for the growth of, I guess,
the whole market.
The visibility on our industry, right? By all of us being friends, liking each other's posts, sharing each other's posts, it goes out to all of our own connections, right? We may not have the same connections. I have a few thousand, Javi has a few thousand, you have a few thousand. And every time we like each other's posts, it goes out to everybody, right? Yeah. So the bigger we can make this friend group, the bigger we can make the community. If we all were enemies and siloed, right, then I would only share with mine, you would only share with yours. And then there wouldn't be any massive visibility like there is now, right? So hopefully we can keep going. Hopefully we can all be friends in doing this. Hopefully, I really, truly hope that I'm never actually in a deal against you guys. So I don't have to have that kind of conversation.
I hope so, because then we can learn, man. The ideal part would be that there's a debrief.
Yeah.
And this is something not happening too much.
I love it.
We should have debrief.
Sorry. Go.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go, because I want to give it to another guest. We have 5 more minutes, but maybe we can stay for 10 more because people are enjoying it, right?
Then kick me off. Kick me off. All right, guys.
No. We want you to finish, of course. Yeah. Phil, we never do this. Finish your statement.
No, I was going to say, we don't need to be in the same deal debrief, right? We could have a meeting, just talk about our wins and losses and how we won and lost the deal, like not being in the same conversation, right? And we'll learn that way as well. We don't have to be in direct competition always.
So there's one more thing, I think. Javi, sorry that I interrupt. There's one more thing. We have Phil here, we have Javi, and we have Beluga. So Transperfect, Aclaro, and Beluga. These are completely different sizes. Now, we're in a hyper connectivity moment. So companies are bought, mergers and acquisitions is very hot. People from outside are looking into the industry and think, okay, how can we build the next big player? Let's say player. And so this is happening. So again, it's on a human resource basis. It's on a company size basis, specialization basis. It is good to have an open conversation and be visible and to connect. I think will benefit.
I like it. You see, we are collaborating more than we think, and we are helping to destigmatize this thing, right? Phil,
we have this conversation, Phil.
Cheers, brother. Hope to see you soon in San Diego, man. And I wanna invite one more guest now. And I know this guy. I don't know if he wants to participate. He loves me. I love him. The guy is called Brendan Kinney. Like, can you guys turn him into a panelist as well here? I love this guy. He disappeared. No, he's here, right? Oh, no. He's changing into panelist. I hope he's
Brandon.
Hi, Javi.
from California, Santa Cruz, California, Brendan Key, our new team lead in player development. Hi.
Hi, Javi. You owe me a beer on this one. You're putting me on the spot.
Brandon, so good to see you again, man.
Good to
and
see
it's
you.
a long time back that we had a call.
It is a long time. Yeah, it's great to see you again. This is a great discussion, guys. Javi, thanks for facilitating. And actually, I was wanting to make a comment, so your timing's perfect, Javi. So when I think about competition, one of the challenges is fragmentation. And I think one of the big challenges in our industry, specifically from a technology perspective, is how fragmented the flow of strings and words is across all the work we do. And Jan, you mentioned, just imagine how much content is going to be created in the coming years and decades, and us as an industry having to try to figure out how to evolve to be able to better service and support those requirements. And so I'm thinking from a technology point of view, the fragmentation that we have now, as far as all of our different companies trying to solve the same challenges when it comes to connecting to different CMSs, connecting to different TMSs, so on and so forth, it's incredibly inefficient. And when we think about that flood of content that's going to be coming, how can we as an industry better work together on the layers of technology that supports the work we do, so we can provide a more efficient and more scalable service?
That's an amazing point. Jan, what is your take on this? You're my guest. I talk to Brendan every day. You need to talk to Brendan now a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, TMS, we know each other from Transifex times back then, very early. Yeah? I don't know if it's 2010, 2011, could it be like that time?
I think around 2014, I think.
2014, look. So, TMS and connectivity is super important. Now, giving feedback from what we receive from our clients towards solutions others build is super important. And I think, there's one factor, is that speed of innovation is way higher than a single company can provide. So we're now in a moment where new ideas and new software and new tools are getting out every day. So the best we can actually do is to understand, to speak to each other, to make use of that, try it out, give feedback. It's a constant loop. And I was thinking about Content Quo, for example, a tool for quality assurance from Kiro. And we are approaching it in a collaboration form towards our clients. But again, he has a tool we can use, and he has a tech support we lack for that tool. So there's a need for collaboration and open discussion to find that solutions Phil was talking about. Buyers want to solve problems, and we're there to help them finding solutions. So, and this can be, vertically, so like TMS, translation agencies, buyers, or whatever, or horizontally because of interpretation, voiceover. We do not do voiceover at this moment, but maybe there's a client where we can partner, and we have been partnering, where we do a part of translation, and then we work directly with the studio together, but it's different entities, and the end result must be that the product, and I think we did a great job there. In collaboration, we presented a very high-end quality product, but it was not me alone. It was a collaboration approach. And I think this is what you, Javi, told us before. Claro and Beluga can work together, of course. You know, there might be a match where you say, okay, let's do, this is a big picture, and this part we need to get out because of quality assurance about services or whatever, where we can work together. And then the client is the main goal to have him satisfied, helping him solving his problems.
Yeah. So thank you, Brendan. So I owe you a beer, right? How many beers do I owe you already?
I look forward to the opportunity to sit down and have a drink one day.
Congratulations for your promotion. Congratulations for your promotion. You deserve it. You're the best. You know.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let me invite one more guest to the show because I think people are here. We enjoyed the conversation, right? Aren't we? Like, come on, people haven't left. We're having a good friendly conversation here, and I would like to invite Yvette Gonzalez. I know she's in Madrid as well. I think I met her personally once, but
Mexico. No,
Madrid. Yeah, she's Mexican, but she lives in Madrid, if I'm not mistaken, right? So let's see what she thinks about being competition. And you see, this is what happens to you guys when you connect. You can be chosen to join the conversation, an amazing conversation. That's why we're building the most interactive show in the industry. There's a very small script written for this, right, Jan? 5 questions that we just talked about. We want everybody to collaborate in constructive discussions, right?
I think she left. Could it be?
She should be a panelist now. Wait a second.
Yvette, there.
Yes.
There she is. Excellent.
Yvette.
Hello.
Hola.
Thank you. I was not prepared. Thanks God I put a bit of makeup and I was not in pajama today.
You look perfect, like always.
No worries. You look great. So, Yvette.
But the background should be Madrid.
Yes, the background should be Madrid, por favor.
I don't know why I have this background. Anyway, sorry.
Or this one, right? Or Barcelona.
FC Barcelona, por favor.
You hate me, right?
With Messi or without Messi? That is the question.
With Messi always. And Brendan agrees with me, with Messi always. Yvette, what is your take on competition? Do you think we stigmatize it in the localization industry? Do you think we can collaborate more? What is your take? You're also on the sales side of the industry, in the vendor side. What is it? What do you think?
Well, as you all explained, and you are like masters, like for me, you are like my mentors, as you said before. And Jan, you know, I really follow every step you do. So I don't know. I cannot add anything else because you really gave all the points to be of this collaboration. So yeah, the main thing is to collaborate. And I remember, Jan, when you were saying this, I remember that I think it was in December, one of the lock launch in December, you said the world is so big, so we cannot be against each other, you know, because there are millions of companies, and what's the point just to be competitors? Let's, as you said before, let's be friends and let's enjoy this competition together. I mean, we have the main goal, so yes, and for me, I can just agree. I can only agree on all the things you said before.
Yvette.
Next time, yeah. I will prepare my answer.
No. That's what it is. It's for us to be friends to show.
But I need to say that I'm so happy because I was watching all these you guys in sales. So thank you to allow me as a girl, as a woman, to be in this, to give my opinion, because I think most of you are guys. So yeah, and we are, sometimes we feel like as a woman that is even more difficult to be in this position. So
then give us your opinion on this. That would be great if you give us your opinion on this. You know what? In our company, in Aclaro, the person that has the biggest portfolio of sales is a woman, and she's amazing. And you would do business with her. She's amazing. What is your take on women competition, women sales? Tell us.
Because when I started university, I am a translator, so we were all girls. We were all girls and only I think one guy. But then in the sales position, I can see that most of you are guys. So I think, well, as I'm very young, I have 5 years of experience only. So I think in the beginning it was difficult for me to be in this position. I don't know, to know how to get into clients and how to, let's say, to be friendly, but to be accepted, not to misunderstand how I was approaching. So, but yes, now I think with this, all these connections with internet, I think it's easier for me, and I think I better understood how to approach clients.
Interesting. That's good. That's a very good point. So, Yvette, next time Jan, you have a question for her, please?
Yeah. I think, what do you think is our biggest challenge for the next 5 years in terms of, market, the way we do business? What do you think is the biggest challenge we're facing as an industry and as LSPs, and where we might want to work together in order to fix them?
I think that the world is changing every day, and as I can see now, we are having new tools all the time, and we need to learn how to work with them. So I think the challenge is to, learn every day, to see and to know which is the best tool for our clients and which is the best solution for our clients. And for sure, the only way to find this out is to be in connection with other people of the industry.
Yeah,
I like it. That's a good.
Now we have a lot of challenges, but for now, this is the one it comes to my mind.
Yeah.
But do you know what I think the biggest challenge for everybody is? And you know who said it the other day that I spoke with her about it? Fear. You should not fear nothing. And that's a challenge for everybody in sales, in every aspect of the industry, in any industry. Do not fear, right? Do. It's more like do, right?
Go on Clubhouse and open a room.
Yeah.
Just do it. That is it.
I've crashed two of Renato's and Tucker's. Tucker is here listening. I crashed 2 of their meeting rooms in the last week. So today is only Wednesday, and I've crashed them twice. It's like, Javi, why are you only connect when you see our names, right?
I think there's one big issue with what is competition. What is easily understand as competition is pricing. Are we competing on price? But nobody wants to compete on price, actually. But so we all try to offer solutions. But I think as a industry and working all together, we can get a better understanding away from this pricing, down spiral pricing thing, the industrialization part, which is like, especially for translators, and we have a few translators in the room as well. How can we create a better impact together? And when I was asking you, Yvette, I was especially thinking about like these retainer models. Go away from price unit thing. Hey, Javi, yeah, we offer a lot of solutions and so on, but your price is 1 cent less or 2 cents less. And then you go to India and there's 10 cents less. But okay, so the end result is very poor. If we go always on price, somebody will pay the thing. So I think on that level, this cooperation and collaboration we have here is also important, and where we need to be sort of open if we want to change that. And I think the time is ripe to change things.
And we never know, like life just changes every day. We never know, one day we will be working in the same company, or we will create our own company. I don't know, 3 of us together.
That's it. That's it.
All right. So, hey, thanks, Yvette. Like next time, I will give you a heads up. Nada mujer. I'll give you a heads
you owe me a tequila. You owe me a tequila, Javi.
In Madrid.
So
thank you, Yvette.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. And this is great. We were scheduled for 45 minutes, and we've been here for almost an hour. I love it. Thank you. And everyone's here. Everyone's following. I think I would love to continue. I don't know if anyone else wants to. Everyone has a meeting. You can leave now or stay here forever.
What about Maria? Maria as a consultant, working on the buyer side. How is their view? How's their view on competition? What do they feel? That would be super interesting. I don't know if Maria wants to join us here.
Yeah, she's gonna join us because she's not shy to speak in public.
No, she's a superstar.
She's a superstar. Oh my God, of course. You know, she's the one that introduced me to Miguel. I didn't know Miguel before, and I met Maria. And then after Maria, we will end today's session, which is. I am super happy, brother. You are happy to come here more often, because you are like, I mean, this time we're doing it for more than a schedule, and people are enjoying. So you're a star.
I am. I do. And I think it's very interesting. It's very important to have this discussion.
Okay.
I'm
Mehdi,
still here waiting to be made a panelist.
Yeah, I think and I'm gonna change my headset because it's been falling for an hour and it's a hell. So,
hi guys.
Maria.
So great to see you here.
Yes. So you made a complicated question, in fact, because I was thinking about competition from the point of view of the vendors, since I have also experience there. And something you mentioned earlier, Jan, about quality and about when you hire a company to do the translation and then you have another company to do the quality control, quality assurance. It can work, and I have seen it. I have seen it from the vendor side, how a technological company hired 2 big vendors, one in Asia and the second one in the US. And they collaborated in a way where the client was happy in the end, because both companies were working together, controlling the vendors who were at the same time also translation companies. So we were all within the same environment, and it was super nice. And I think we all learned a lot, and it is definitely possible. And something you didn't mention, and something that I am also studying now, since I'm doing an MBA, is the blue ocean strategy that you sometimes tend to comment about, Jan. So the ocean is huge. I am just a little fish. You guys are bigger fish than I am. And we have so many ways of finding clients, of finding collaborators, because of course, me as the small fish, I cannot do everything by myself. I need a team. And I don't have a team, so I need to go to Javi, I need to go to Jan, I need to go to Memsource or to MemoQ. I need help from not my competitors, because we work at a different level, but from the other stakeholders in the industry.
Right.
So competition can be fierce, and I still receive, I don't know if you guys do, messages on LinkedIn from people who have not read your profile, who have no idea or no clue of what you're doing, and whose main goal is to sell you translation services.
Oh yeah, happens all the time.
So, yes.
Even to us.
So I mean, the ocean's huge, and I think collaboration is a great, is what we all should hope for.
Mm-hmm. Right. I like that. Let me take the question. You guys can hear me right? Because I changed the headset. It was a hell. I was falling all the time. Sorry about that. I wanna. Let me just. I like the point a lot, Mary. It's amazing. But let me get to the point where, because I had this conversation with Jan, and he was talking about the red ocean and the blue ocean that you just mentioned, right? We spoke about this. do you think that it's a sign of non-competing or competing, of competing to go to different oceans, or there's room for everybody? What do you think, Jan? Do you see the future in that, in going to explore oceans together, as you were talking before? What do you think about this?
It's a great topic, and I really love it. Thanks a lot, Maria, for bringing it up. And you know, I don't know who is a sailor or likes sailing in this room. Okay, so I, as many of you know, did my license last year, and I'm a fan of sailing. This year, there was a Vendée Globe. Okay, this is the longest and toughest race competition in the world. 80 days around the world, one person on the boat. Okay, non-stop, no contact to other people, but to your competitors. Okay, now they are passing the 3 horns. Okay, going around the world. There's no fellowships, rescue boats. They aren't there. Okay. Now they have 8-meter high waves, storms. They are racing at 35 knots per hour, which is almost 70 kilometers per hour with their boats, which are huge.
That's a lot.
Alone. Okay. Now the only people they have close who can save their lives are their competitors. Now, I think if we think that this is our blue ocean, the blue ocean is the future, abundance, blue ocean, you know, think big, think free. Now, to navigate there, we will have these 8-meter waves, everybody. Now, find people you can trust on, you can search for help. And there was on this race, just as a good example, one boat that broke in half in the middle of nowhere, and the fellow racer came to rescue him in the nowhere, in the middle of the sea, with waves of 3, 4, 5 meters of height. It was a miracle. And this guy survived because of his competitors.
Jan, I love it. Once again, we have to unstigmatize this thing. It's stigmatized. Phil, coming from the biggest vendor in the industry, you said it. You know what I missed today? I wanted Mario to be here because he comes from the buyer side, and I wanted him to give his opinion from the buyer side. Do they see us as like these sharks swimming in the sea to get the blood, or do you see us as helping people that are there to help and to contribute? Would you bring us together? Would you hire Jan and me, a Beluga and a Claro, to do a joint product together at the same time, or you know? But he's not here, so.
And there's also something else I want to mention. You have probably read the TAO's report on language data for AI. So we are on such an agile industry that every day there's new chances for us to provide new services and to grow and to learn new things. So the more agile we are, the more connected we are, the more business we'll have in the end. So we have also to open our minds, you know, for managing data. Maybe we are not going to be translating, but we're going to be evaluating the quality of the data, if it's culturally relevant to where it's going to be published and all this.
What I'm reading here is, you know, right now, a company like TransPerfect, in order to build up a new business, might, or you know, the bigger companies, they might take years to get them on track. Years to change their internal systems or whatever. Now, smaller companies are way more agile and might fit in very well to complement mergers and acquisitions again. You know, so, and I think now there's nobody but the Chinese government who are doing 5 years plan ahead strategies. Well, I mean, everybody should do that, but you know, we're in a short-lived time period. And what you said right now, Maria, is NLG, all these technologies, they're there tomorrow. and we need to be very agile and need to collaborate eventually, specialized in thousands of things. Yeah, also specialized. Everyone should specialize so that we can cope with this upcoming future. And it's a way shorter period of time where we can adapt. So collaboration is getting to be key.
Thank you, guys. This is crazy. I'm loving it. Let's do this more often, right? Let's do a competition talks more often. And since the audience is here, leave in the chat now. We give you 30 seconds, 1 minute for you guys to give us some topics for future sessions. And also, if you want to participate as the friend of Javi, to be here as Jan has been today, please apply there now.
Fantastic.
Maria, gracias. Te quiero mucho. You know that I love you so much, Mary. And she's such a good friend. She's such a good friend as you, Jan. So, Jan, what do you think? Give us your last minutes. I want to let you go to your wife and your daughters, please. Don't want to keep you hold here. It's almost 7:30 here in Europe.
Get connected. Connected. Go to Log Lunches, Log Lives. Hablados, come on stage, go on Clubhouse, collaborate, talk, learn, benchmark, get better in what you're doing, and we will all benefit of that.
I believe so. And don't have fear. That's an advice that Anna Schlegel told me the other day. Don't be scared. No tengas miedo. Don't be frightened. Do it.
Absolutely.
I will keep that advice from my big sister Anna forever. Don't be scared of anything. Absolutely. All right, so okay, then get in touch with us for some topics. This is an open space for us to discuss, to build connections, to be friends. It's going on YouTube. People are seeing this on YouTube. People are seeing this on LinkedIn Live. So here always for you guys, sending you all my love. Jan, you know that I really love you so much. You're an amazing person, a great friend, a great professional, inspiration, man, a community builder as well. Thanks for your participation here. And peace and bye. Love to everybody.
Looking forward to a lot of collaboration.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Javi. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye. ¿Qué tal?
Ya, parecido. Ya, see you guys. Caloa, no te hemos subido. Seguimos.
Pero seguimos. Caloa estuvo la semana pasada, la anterior. Pero bueno, Caloa ya sabemos que
I don't wanna stop it, but I know my mind ain't even close to where my heart is. I should let go, I should be open. My troubled water's deep, yeah, deep like an ocean.
Swimming in your ocean, my chest is pounding, cause this love is too deep and my heart is drowning for you. I'm sinking deep and I can't make a move. I'm way down with these feelings for you.
There's a million reasons why I should say no. If we cross the line, we can't go back to before. All I really know is I'm not ready for this. You're so much more to me than a risk.
Oh, every day you remind me I'm walking through the dark cause your love is blind. You can shed some light if you take the time. Realize my love has got years behind it.
Can't stop thinking how this love's taking me out of expectations. Plans I'm making for you.
And every time you stop, I stop running from my heart. Love won't let me get too far. Losing patience, I've been waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you.
Mind is slipping, heart is skipping. 30 beats per second, won't you take a listen for once? I know you got love for me, but I know that we're feeling love differently.
I can't deny what I'm feeling for you. It's been so long since I felt something true. I won't admit that I'm scared to jump in. Maybe this is magic, this is how love begins.
Let's not try to pretend we can be more than friends. I'll be here from the start, and I'll be here to the end.
My heart is ready, but my mind says no. There's no way I can let you go.
Won't you make up your mind? Won't you follow your heart? Cause I'm following mine, even if it tears me apart.